After being off by many months due to an accident, I'm back, and on today's tutorial we will learn how to develop and deploy a UiPath Coded Agent by leveraging LangChain and UiPath SDK. The agent that we'll develop will be a transcript summarizer, so it will get the transcript, the input from a UiPath storage bucket, and then we'll read the file contents and use AI, a generative AI model, to summarize and get key information from the transcript, from the conversation, and then we'll give as output a structured JSON. So we'll develop this agent, we'll test it, and then learn how we can deploy it to UiPath Automation Cloud. To follow this tutorial, you'll need to have Python 3.10 or higher installed and have a UiPath Automation Cloud account. So first step, just create a folder where we'll store the agent code, and then from the PowerShell terminal, let's execute this command to create a Python virtual environment so we don't mess up with dependencies. And then let's activate it by executing this command. Now with the virtual environment activated, let's install the UiPath LangChain package, and this will take some time, so let's just wait a bit. With the package installed, now we can generate our very first UiPath LangChain agent by executing this command. So UiPath new, and then you can define the agent name. So I'll define transcript summarizer. With this command, we got as output 3 new files on our project. Main.py is where belongs the agent code. By project stores project metadata and dependencies. And LangGraph.json, it's a LangGraph specific configuration file. Now the next step will be to authenticate our project with UiPath. And for that, we'll run the command UiPath auth. And as you can see, authentication was done successfully. So now if we go back to our project code, we can see that basically was automatically selected the default tenant, as is the only one existing in my UiPath account. We can also notice that was added a new configuration file to our project, the .m file, that stores environment-specific variables. And here we can see that was added variables specific to UiPath authentication. So let's just close the file. And after doing the authentication, we can execute UiPath init command to init the UiPath project. And was added again 3 new files to the project. So agents.md is basically a guide to develop and deploy Python agents on UiPath platform. Then we was also add UiPath.json. So basically this contains the input output JSON schema and binding. So basically the input output arguments of the agent. So basically what happens, it scans the agent code on main.py and finds which are the input and output arguments of our agent. And then we can see also the agent.mermaid file, which basically defines a graph visual representation. So if you basically copy this and paste on, for example, mermaid.live platform, you'll get as output this visual representation. Now, before adding the code for the transcript summarizer agent, let's just see how we can run the UiPath LangChain agents. So when we run the UiPath new command, it generates the UiPath LangChain agent, and the code is stored on main.py. And so by default, it creates an agent that acts as a report generation. And so for a given topic, it will provide a brief report. And so as input argument, we have the topic 1. So to execute the agent and provide the input arguments, we have to execute this command, UiPath run agent, and then pass the input argument and the value. So here we are providing UiPath as the topic. And now let's execute the command. And so the agent is now running. And here you can see the output, the report generated. So UiPath is a leading RPA platform and now also focused on agentic automation. And and here is just providing a brief report. I think it didn't catch now the latest advancements of UiPath on agentic automation, but we can see it's working well. So after now that we know how to run the agent, let's add the code for the transcript summarizer. To get started, let's remove the code and just keep the dependencies import and the LM initialization. Now let's add also some more imports. So typing for typings, JSON to work with JSON data, OS to interact with operating system, and import a UiPath SDK to interact in our use case to the UiPath storage buckets. Then we have to initialize the LLM. Here we are using one managed from UiPath platform, the GPT-4o Mini, and there are many others that you can use measured from the UiPath platform. Or if you prefer, you can use the ones that you have from OpenAI platform, Azure, or Anthropic. So you have that freedom of choice. Then let's define the model for the agent output. That will be a summary. So here we are defining the model that will contain the summary, the session ID, the intent, decisions, promises, unresolved questions, and the summary. Now let's set the graph state model. So as input, we have to provide the UiPath storage bucket key and the file path of the transcript inside of the storage bucket. Then as intermediates, we'll have the local file path. So this will be the path of the downloaded transcripts and the transcript content, so the content of the transcript. And as output, we'll have the sessions list that basically will be the summary provided by the agent. Now let's set the download transcript node. So this node will be responsible to download the transcript file from the UiPath storage bucket. So here we are to just define the local path of the file that will be downloaded. Then here we are using the UiPath SDK to basically download the file from the storage bucket. Here we are saying basically the bucket key, the folder path, so the folder where belongs the storage bucket. This could be an argument or come from the configuration file, but let's keep it simple. Here I just created the storage bucket on the shared folder. Then we have to provide the file path of the transcript on the storage bucket, and then the destination path, so basically where it will be saved locally. Then after downloading the transcript, we will read the transcript. So we have here the read transcript node, and so here we'll read the load transcript file. So basically we get the content from the transcript and we store it. And then we will clean up the downloaded file, the downloaded transcript file from the system. Now let's set the main function, the main node, which should be the one responsible to summarize the transcript. So initially, we are defining here the system prompt, so clearly defining the agent role, the goal of the agent, and the step-by-step instructions, and how we desire to be the output. So here we can see clearly the JSON format that we desire. And so after setting the system prompt, let's here add the code to invoke the LLM. So here initially we are invoking the LLM by sending the system prompt and the content of the transcript to summarize, and then parse here the output from the LLM. Now let's build the LangGraph workflow. So initially we have to initialize the state graph. After initializing the state graph, we have to add the graph nodes. So here for download transcript, read transcript, and summarize transcript. So the nodes, the functions that we have defined here on the top. And after adding the nodes, we have to define the workflow edges. So for that, we have to add these lines. So initially, the start starts on the download transcript, and from the download transcript, we go to read transcript. And from the read transcript, we execute the summarize transcript, and then we end the workflow. And now in the end, we have to add the builder.compile that validates the workflow structure and creates the executable graph. Now with the agent code done, we have to rerun the UiPath init command to rescan the main.py file and generate the update JSON schemas. So for that, we execute UiPath init. And now if we take a look, we can see that the UiPath.json file was updated with the input and output arguments that we have defined on the main.py. And then if we take a look back to the Asian.mermaid file, we can see that it was regenerated to match the state graph that we had defined on the main.py with all the nodes and edges defined. So if we just copy and paste here on the mermaid.live, we can see here basically the start. So we initially download transcript, then the read transcript and summarize transcript as we have defined it on the agent code. So now let's test our transcript summarizer agent. So first, make sure you have a storage bug created. So I've created one on the shared folder, and here I have uploaded the transcript file, which has a transcript sample. And so let's now run it. So now we have to run the following comments. So now let's run it. So let's execute the following command. So UiPath run agent, and then we have to pass the arguments, the input arguments. So bucket key, here I'm providing transcripts, which is the storage bucket name. And then the file path. So here I'm just passing the file path inside of the storage bucket. So basically it's just the file name in this case. So now let's execute. And we got an error. I think it's because of wrong white space. So let's run again. And we got another error. So seems the authentication didn't work. So maybe let's just try to run again UiPath. Oh. And let's try to run again the command. Oh, now seems it's working. Maybe the access token expired, the one that is stored on the configuration file, but it's working. So here we can see that it uploaded the transcript that was saved with this name. Then the transcript content was read and was deleted the file that was downloaded from the storage bucket after retrieving its contents. And here we can see the output of the agent, which is the transcript summarization. So here we can see the intents detected, the decisions, the promises, unresolved questions detected, and a summary of a transcript. So it's working well. Then we can also run the agent in development mode, which gives us features such as live logs and messages, traces, including chat history. So if we run here UiPath dev, we can see here that now shows here history, which is empty. So now if we click here on run, we can see that was executed the agent. However, we didn't provide any arguments, and so that's missing here. Also can see here the history, so basically the execution that failed. We can see here the traces, the logs, so we can see the execution with more detail, and so that's helpful while developing and testing the agent. So now to exit the development mode, we can press here quit. Now let's see how we can deploy the agent to Orchestrator. So the first step is to package the agent by running UiPath pack. Here we can see that the project was successfully packaged. So now the next step is to publish the project, the package to Orchestrator. And for that we run UiPath publish. So now we have to select the package feed to where we want to publish the package. So if we want on the personal workspace folder, we select the personal workspace feed. Else, we can select orchestrator tenant process feed, so we can add this, for example, to the shared folder. So here, let's indicate for the tenant process fit, so 0, and press enter. And the package was published successfully. So now, if we go back here to Orchestrator on the shared folder and go to processes and click on add process, we can see here the transcript summarizer agent, the one that we have published. Here we can see the transcript summarizer agent that we have published right now. So let's select it. And now here we can provide here the environment configuration. So here we could, for example, provide the OpenAI API key or Anthropic API key if we're using the models directly from OpenAI or Anthropic or Azure. Then here we can define the entry point. So here it's agent. So here we can pass the bucket keys. So for example, share it, or better, in my case, it's transcripts. And then the file path. So here, because it's just for demo purposes, let's pass directly here the file path of the file on the storage bucket. And let's press next, click next again. And now let's click on create. So now we can close. So now to execute the agent, let's make sure we add the serverless machine here to the shared folder. So we go over to home machines and assign here the one for serverless created by default. And let's assign. And now we have to assign the unattended robot account. So let's create one. So here on tenant robots, and now here let's do an attended setup. And then here let's go over robots and do the unattended setup for serverless. And then here select the serverless machine created by default and create a new robot account. So let's call it RU01, for example. Let's press next. Let's now select this robot account that we've created. And now here, for some reason, oh yes, because the machine is already assigned to this folder. So now we can cancel because the robot was already created, as we can see. Now we can go here to the shared folder and assign here the robot user. Here we can give the role automation user. Let's assign tenant roles. So now if we try to run the agent with this robot user that we have created, let's start. So now the job is pending. It's running, so the agent is running currently, the process. So now if we click here to see the details, we can see the logs. So the agent logs. Seems the execution, and you can see the execution was successful. Then also we can see here the trace. So we can see here first node download transcript, and we can see here with many details the execution of each node, as we can see here, and the output. So here the transcript content and the output, we can see it here. And then here, for example, on details, we can see basically the execution details in a more condensed format. So we have learned how to build stateful agents with LangGraph and connect it with UiPath services throughout the UiPath SDK, and also how to test the agent locally and deploy it to Orchestrator and make sure everything is ready on the UiPath Orchestrator environment to run the agent without issues. So if you are interested in other automation, agentic AI, RPA related topics, feel free to drop in the comments, and I'll see you on the next tutorial.